It's a question of free will versus destiny.
And also the script, you were telling us about how the script is being created continuously.
That's one. First I'll tell you about destiny versus free will. This question was asked to Ramkrishna Paramhamsa. Ramkrishna Paramhamsa's reply was, say there's a cow in your courtyard, you put a pivot 20 feet long, a rope, you put it outside. And you placed at one place some grass, and one place you put some water. You kept it there throughout the day. Within that area, it has got a free will to lie here, to lie there, to eat the grass, or to eat all these things. So, your original, the initial external circumstances are fixed. Within that, you have a free will. That free will you utilize to think of God, then He will take you out of the periphery. So this is what he told. When this question was put to Ramana, he told, look here, in a Ramayana, drama is taking place. Already there is a script which is a destiny or predetermined, you may call it. There is a Ramayana script. There it is told what every actor should do at each time. So Rama has come back after killing Marisha. He finds Sita is gone. Now it is written there. You keep your hands like this. Oh Sita, where are you? Oh mango tree, do you know where my Sita is? Shake your hands and do like that. So it is given there. The dialogue is written there. He tells. So the entire drama is only about his body. The body, how he should act, how he should speak, it all relates to the body. While saying, oh Sita, he can think of his wife. My Lord, every day when I go back, it is night 2 o'clock. My wife has got stomach ulcer. I told her, Hari, tomorrow stomach ulcer will become bad. You take your meals at 10 o'clock. It will be time for me to come at 2 o'clock. When had she heard? She will be going on reading on Hadley Chase up to 2 o'clock, and along with me, she will take some cold milk. When had she ever listened to me? So, no director can catch. So, what is he doing? Okay? At the most, he will only say, he is acting all right, but he is acting the minimum. His heart is not fully in it. His heart is elsewhere. So, if it continues one day, he will take you out of it. Instead of the home, if only you think of God. When the mind can be kept there, it can as well be kept with God. So you do all your work. Keep your mind on the Lord, for which you have got the free will. It is not bound. Moksha is not within the purview of destiny. Moksha is absolutely your willpower, because all your papas and punyas are not exhausted. It is all in the reservoir for the next birth, next birth, next birth. The moment you get jnana, it's all completely burnt to ashes. So that means it is not expected. So you get the moksha early, then it's all get. Otherwise, it will continue at all times.
But then can you not say that my moksha was destined to be on that day or that time?
Not at all. Moksha is something where you become the director.
Correct.
So this cannot be decided by the director. It is decided by the overall. That is there. So the overall, and he is the overall. So at that time, he becomes one with it. He disappears. He just disappears. And we take it, he is there with the totality. That's what that happened. So you have got 100% free will to think of God while doing your work. Nobody can prevent it.
But while we are doing the work, also the mind works towards that, isn't it, Swamiji?
You have to.
Unless you split the mind into two.
The example he has given is, there is a lady who is not a pativrata, it's unchaste woman. She is cooking for her husband, for her children perhaps. She is cooking, while preparing tea, all the time she is thinking, my lover, whom I had to meet at 5 o'clock, Yesterday, how humorous he was. He was going on making me laugh. She'll be thinking all the time. She will not say half an hour and then she will look for. So the hand will be doing all the work, but her mind will be with that lover whom she has to go, whom she has to do this. So this is the example given. So like that, if you are solely devoted to the Lord, then you get away. Now, coming to their opinions are given. Number 3, what I suggest is, yes, if you are going on at all times thinking of the Lord, these actions which you are doing according to the script, even that will go away, so the script becomes useless. The script becomes useless. That is what they say, Vigalita karma. The karmas have all left you, no action now you can do. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was going daily to the Ganges, taking the Anjali here like this, both together, Om Bhur Bhaswa, all these things. He used to give Anjali to Surya. He had been doing it for years. One day when he went, these 2 hands would not join. I said, how to give Anjali? He began to weep. A stroke has come, I am having some stroke, my hands won't join. Then one of the bhaktas who are going, Vaishnavachara, hey, what is the matter? When he told, fool, the karmas have left you now. You are free. They have gone to the highest level. That's all. It's called Vigalita karma. When the karmas have been dissolved, there is no more karma for you. So, that stage comes automatically for you. No action. You simply sit thinking of Him. Or as I said, you may leave off all thoughts and simply come to the stage of no mind directly. That also is possible. So this is my analysis of the things in a way. Then, now coming to the other point which you raised. What is the script? When does he write? Is it written 1 month earlier or 2 months earlier? What is that script? The point is, the drama script is given as an example, and we say drama is written by Shakespeare years back and we are only enacting it. Or if a TV drama is made, somebody has made it last month, so the script is there. So Allah taught that. But in the case of the Lord, He is so highly powerful and potent. He need not write it early. At the moment He can think of for millions of people, millions of people He creates at the same time, and their histories are running simultaneously by His will. He has not written a script, both simultaneously go. He created the man, from that moment he is doing according to the will of the Lord. So the will of the Lord is so potent, it controls 3 million people differently. So this is something which is a very high concept. To think of it, it takes a little time to be convinced about it. That's that. But this is the fact. Because it is told, Bhagavan sat, the Upanishad says, then he thought, Bhavasyam Bhaveyamiti, let me become many, I get bored being alone. Number 1, God cannot have any desires. Where is the question of doing anything? Desire is for any other object. When God is there is no other object anywhere. He is all the objects. Only for an outside object you crave. So there cannot be any desire at all. But it is part of, just like there is a God. So similarly, a thing without a beginning, this drama is also going that he is simultaneously seeing lakhs of things. And all the actors of the drama is he himself. That is that. So he does not do any injustice to anybody. He is playing with himself. This play goes on as he likes. And for so many people it concocts on the moment, and every moment it is going on. There is no previous script. This is only
it is not a script at all, actually.
It is
that's
not
it.
a script at all. But for understanding purposes, that was easier. So in the beginning we tell like that. That is there. This is there. True.
But actually there is no purpose, isn't it? In the human idea of purpose.
You see, the point is this.
It's a natural phenomenon.
What is the God as the purpose? You and I cannot say. Why he is having? We can only say Leelartham. They only say it is all his entertainment he does. Because, number one, it never happened at all. Where is the question of the sport?
Correct.
It never happened at all. It is all in his mind. You sit there and you going on thinking, I am a beggar. I got a 5 rupee note. 5 rupee note. Daily I get 5 rupees. 30 days, 150 rupees. 50 years, and I have enough money. I can purchase a small house. In that house, I should put furniture. And the furniture will be modern. So you are going on thinking, you are visualizing it the same manner. That's all. But in this case, it is more concrete than this fellow's daydreams. That's all. It is almost like a daydream. So, yet a dream there cannot be any purpose. You are seeing a dream, what is the purpose? So there is no question. If something is actually done, you can say what is the purpose? Here nothing is actually done. The question of the purpose does not arise. That's all. So,
But Swamiji, when you are doing any action, which is not a mundane action, for instance, I go to the hospital to see somebody, at that point of time the mind is on that patient.
you see,
At that, then you can, the beginning and end you can think of the Lord Swamiji, but that's
as far as, see,
2 minutes.
initially you will have to do like that. Now when you are driving, you cannot think of God and you might have got into an accident.
Accident, correct.
So all these things have to be done. But when once you are accustomed and you are an expert, what happens is things happen automatically. So even when you are having your attention on the road, the mind is going on chatting Ram Nam.
The mind is sort of split into two actually.
Actually, like that it looks.
Or actually three.
So one is the automatic portion.
Correct.
That is being operated. So
Yeah.
that goes on.
Yes.
So it is not within your position. Here you are doing the other things. That's how it happens.
Actually, I was thinking the mind was three, Swamiji. One was automatic, one was what we are actually concentrating on at that purpose. One is the little ego which knows that it is doing this.
No. The point is this. The ego is there when there are no other thoughts. The ego is underlying, it cannot be, because you cannot have, really speaking, you cannot have two thoughts. There can only be one thought at a time. This is what the scientists have proved, not only our Shastras.
Okay.
So you cannot think of two. There is when you are thinking of Ram, there is no I. It will come back the moment it is over. I did Ram now. At the time you are doing it, there is absolutely no I, because you cannot think of, oh, I am doing and then Ram now. Both cannot go. That's that. So the I thought also goes. I told you on that day, when once you are doing some mantra or things, there is no I thought, there is only one thought. You are reducing the lakhs of thoughts into only one thought.
Correct.
So even the I thought is gone. So finally when that dissipates, there is no I thought at all. It is already gone. So you come to a no mind state. That's that.
But then what about when we are doing things automatically, like brushing the teeth or something which we do every day? At that point you may be thinking of something else and doing
What
something
happens is, the mind doesn't do anything, actually speaking. Now, you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, somebody comes and touches your feet. Absolutely your mind doesn't think, oh, somebody is doing, I will. Because it happens immediately due to the reflex action it does. So like that something happens, the mind is not involved at all. It's a reflex action. That's all.
So that's the reflex part of the mind.
That's the reflex part. You cannot put the mind, it doesn't go up to the mind. See, when I do it, it is simultaneous. You draw. There is no time for it to pass it on to the mind and get the orders. Absolutely not. You ask the scientist even. There is no question, it doesn't go at all. It takes decision there. There is an autonomous body there at that time.
No, Swamiji, because some things, for instance, when you brush your teeth, you may be thinking of, though you are doing like this automatically and in the correct way or whatever, but still you will be thinking of some other...
You see, at that time, this goes on with the reflex action. The mind only thinks of one thing at a time.
It cannot think of
That
two
is,
things.
no, that is why, if you are going to be spiritual, our Ashtavakra has said, And so many people said, whatever you do it totally. When you eat totally. Don't think of something else when you are eating. And if you are walking, walk totally. At that time you don't think of, oh, I have to go to the market tomorrow. I do not know whether I will get time. Or shall I tell that man to get me also some vegetables?
Correct.
So that is how that thing happens. So you have to do everything totally. Then only the things will be. That is why that can be one thought at a time, and that can be removed. That's all. It has to disappear only. Continuously thinking. Nobody wants to remain alone. So after 20 years, after 30 years, a day comes when that thought disappears, the mantra disappears. That's all. The Nam disappears, Ram Nam disappears. Then when the Nam disappears, the I has already left, so there is no body sense. Then what remains? Only the existence alone remains. That existence, that it is aware that it exists, that awareness of the existence remains. So it's a byproduct, namely Ananda or happiness, that remains. The final Satchidananda alone remains at that time. That's all. You have disappeared. That's what happens. But when the initial stage, what happens? This doesn't become permanent. Again, some of the body sense creeps in because you are unable to remain without thought. From somewhere, some corner, due to some vasanas, something comes, creeps up and becomes a bigger thought. Then again, the I thought and other things. So you come to a normal sense. So you remain there in your samadhi state for 2 hours. So again I became Rameshwara Paramsa and I told, hey, where is my Puri? I asked her. That's how it